if a court has made an order, the court speaks to the society through an order. And INEC was given 72 hours to correct anomalies, to upload NNPP under my watch within 72 hours and file an affidavit of compliance within 14 days. 2 months now, INEC have not done that. And so, where is the hope for democracy when a regulatory agency of that magnitude seem not to respect rule of law? It's not wrong. That's not right. The be that as may, we don't take laws into our hand. We have to go back to the courts to complain that INEC is not obeying the law. And that led to an application being made for enforcement. We've served them from 48, 49, which is committal to prison. And tomorrow the case is coming up. I hope that INEC will respect the law of this land. All right? So that's it. But having said that, the shenanigans of INEC, the disobedience to rule of law, like I opened up to say that the court is superior. And of course, every court must guide its jurisdiction jealously. So it has not stopped us from, doing what we ought to do to be part of 2027 election. The issue of registration of membership, the e-registration, submission, and all that. We've done all those things. And INEC is acknowledging them. So as soon as they were able to comply to order of the court, they'll be fine. The system flows.
Okay,
The issue of INEC does not affect our procedure. INEC is a regulatory agency, that's all. And they don't determine the workings or the management and administration of political parties. So we're following the process and we're informing them. Okay. As a matter of fact, the primary we are talking about, it's not compulsory that INEC must be there, but they need to notify them 21 days before the time. So we're online, we're not disturbed. Probably those who are causing this problem is part of their, tactic, to see that we are disadvantaged. I'm talking of Kwankwaso and his group, But then when the going gets tough, the tough people keep going, so I can bet you that. It's democratic. Consensus are needed. Once the greater number agrees the direction they go, it is their business, So that's not an issue. Either direct or indirect primary or a consensus candidate is okay, provided everybody agreed upon. Those who might felt to the contrary can raise issues, therefore maybe can approach the courts and all that. But that's not an hindrance from the decision of the political party, their management and administration of the system.
So do we still say that the NNPP is in line with the free and fair election?
Of course. We couldn't be answering New Nigeria People's Party if we are not in tandem with the rule of law or doing things differently to usher in Nigeria for our dream. I started this conversation by telling you that the court is superior to INEC. You know what I told you? Yes. So, there are things you don't disturb yourself. If you go back and remember the case of Rotimi Amechi in Rivers, INEC never supported him, but the court made an order that he is in charge. Yes. Election was conducted. Amechi was not even in Nigeria. And after the election, what do you call that man? Allegedly won. And Rotimi went back to court. And court gave him the mandate. He became the governor of Rivers State for 8 years. You remember the case of Zamfara, even in Plateau. So you don't need to bother yourself. I've told you that INEC cannot determine the administration and management of political parties. They are supervisory. I've told you this is the law. And you better respect the law. And that's what it is. And that's how to get a good society. So the Bala Mohammed you're talking about, you see all these people have been expelled from NAGAFF, from NNPP. From Kwankwaso, Bubagaladima, Bala Mohammed, Ibo Layoko, Prince Onwez, name them, Ladipo Johnson, they've all been expelled. And the court has upheld that. So I don't need to be talking about all these people. The Abia court made it clear. Abuja court made it clear. What do you call it? The appeal court or where also is really fine. And give order. You understand? So whatever INEC is doing, we don't have anything against anybody. And that's why I've told you that we went back to court to complain. And you know what? From 48, 49, 49 is committed to prison. If you court makes an order and you say no, the court will send you to jail. And nobody is above the law. All right? Okay. Immunity does not cover any chairman and any person in the commission. It's not something to be talking about. All right? And I've just told you that the case is coming up tomorrow. That's 149. It's coming up tomorrow. And the notice of hearing have been served. They came the other day and they were given an opportunity for fair hearing because they said there's this issue of administrative procedure, rules of bureaucracy. That's why they could not. The court's okay. Go and tell us why you have not obeyed. It's coming up tomorrow. For them to come and tell the court. All right? If you claim that there are notice of appeal and all that, provide the court with the paper. Yes. Or upload us. If you don't upload us, you go to jail. And the court will speak. It's not everything you keep talking. We are dealing with people who want to do whatever they want to do. What you need to do is to keep your eye on the ball. What is the ball? The law. People are about to do whatever they want to do. You can't stop it. More so, we're not violent time. So you follow rules of engagement. Alright? So you can imagine right now, he has joined NDC. You see, I don't really want to talk about these people. If you are conversant and familiar with the acts establishing corrupt and other offenses, false pretense is corruption. Now, why do I use the word false pretense? The court has made an order. Why is INEC holding? Maybe you should help me. The court has made an order and gave you specific mandate, 72 hours, by which you are to comply and upload the authentic NNPP under my watch as a founder, as a live member of the board. You have not done it. 14 days thereafter, you are supposed to go back to court and show evidence of compliance. You have not done that, and we have to go back to court, see what is going on. And the court now says, okay, issue them for 49 and give them notice of hearing. And I'm telling you that the case is coming up tomorrow. INEC is a commission under one person. There are other officers. Do you understand? Yes. It couldn't be everybody that is not good. Do you understand? And so, I'm not in a position to condemn any person. It's only God that condemns, or court. And the court is about to condemn them. Except they comply to court order. The case is even becoming more complicated. But our intention is not to take any person to jail. No, that's not our intention. Our demand is upload us. Because you've not shown any evidence. There is no stay of execution. There is no notice of appeal that is entered. Even if you have notice of appeal, it does not negate the order of the court. Notice of appeal, it does not negate a judgment that's definitive. No, it's not. It's very unfortunate these things happen in our country. And it's more worrisome when the chairman of INEC is a senior advocate of Nigeria and a professor in law. And this is happening. Why? To me, as far as I'm concerned, it's a very big embarrassment to the president of this country. the leadership of this country who appointed him. It's an embarrassment. I don't know. The only thing that could have stopped this procedure is that it's a stay. And there's none. So why? I don't want to impugn on anybody. This matter we are talking started from Professor Mahmoud, the former INEC chairman, could not obey the court. Now it's snowball into this one, and they're still hanging the way they're hanging. You can see clearly there's some level of compromise. You understand? But like I said, the most civilized way is to go back to court, which we have gone back to court, and they have been served the notice of hearing. I think we've said so much about that. For instance, the women, for as an example, their nomination form is free for women, for instance. And then the youths, there are debates. And we've done the much. Even you now who are talking to us, you know, to talk to you people is very expensive. You people are, do you think you are helping? The media is not helping, especially the front media. They are not helping. Or generally, because when you say politics, the rate is different. Where do you get the money? And some other parties, aside from those ones that have won elected positions and what have you and all that, how do you encourage those ones? You know. As a matter of fact, if I'm not to be in NNPP, one person would have taken the party. Simple as ABC. If I'm not to be in NNPP, one person would have taken the party. There's nothing they have not done. As you can see now, they are not in position to tell you what I have gone through. For instance, the logistic aspect of it. It's not easy. But then I can tell you that I'm happy when the governor left and said the reason was to do with escalating court cases. You know. And one was to I had to go escalating court cases. That means I have capacity, especially following the rule of law. Don't allow all these people to continue all this trash. Professionally, I'm not a politician, and I don't want to be part of their life. Honestly, you know, at 73 years, I'm not thinking of contesting anything. What's wrong? I don't want a man should be alive. I think it's the best to allow the young ones to take responsibility and all that, and then support them from the rear. That's much we can do. That's what I can do. The young ones are ever interested. They want, but you may not know. You understand? Do you know registration? This online registration, if you tell them, okay, come, they will tell you to give them money.
Transport.
Not transport. You give them, they will tell you to give them money. Some are taking 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Are you not aware? Yes. So where do I get money to do such things? So if you are talking of encouraging the youth, everybody, well, the best option any responsible person has is how do you help the youth to take responsibility? If you know my track record, I am more to the youth. It's not just mere talking. Nobody can go out here and be talking rubbish. The pride of an elder is to the extent you uplift the young ones. That's, for me, that's what gives me joy. I think it's about 28. About 28. All right? Election 2027, my own idea, I had wished that P2B should be in one political party. Atiku in one political party. Kwankwaso in one political party. Rotimi Amechi in one political party. El-Rufai in one political party. Mr. President in one political party. Let us take advantage of the multi-party system in Nigeria so that we can bring out the best. Do you understand? But if you see, look at it. Look at it. A sitting governor of Kano State under NNPP ran to APC. Why? And yes, you are the godson of Kwankwaso or whatever. Can't you people sit down and resolve your matter internally? So why do you go there? Then you check all the elected officers and others moving down to APC. Then you begin to think about these politicians. Of course, they said the politics are about interest. Who gets what, how, where, all right? So you cannot question their choice. It's a constitutional matter. Choice of an individual. But when you unveil it, you may begin to ask questions. And so when I see people blaming APC under the leadership of Mr. President, that's, are we heading to a one-party system? What arrant nonsense. Yes. What arrant nonsense. Who's talking that? As the NNP, as the INEC, the register any political party, I think we're about 21, 22 political parties in Nigeria now. And you are saying, have you seen where APC brought gun and put on somebody's head and say you must join us? And the people keep on, blackmailing people. APC is working very hard. They are working very hard. And you think that, okay, if you have nothing to hide, that's why people should respect people like Peter. You understand? It's not afraid of anybody. Say, if you see anything to the contrary, okay. All right? That's a good example. So you go and start talking of coalition. Coalition against who? Does it make sense? Party is about people now. But you must, when you come back, you must follow the constitutional provision. For instance, Debola Yoku, he was Secretary General of NAGAFF, seconded to go and represent us. He got there, he was swallowed for whatever reason. If you come back, we still have the story of a prodigal son. If you come back, our son is back. I spoke to him yesterday. I said, my friend, start coming back. But if you look at Naga people, if I say something like this, no, don't ever you mention that. No, I'm the leader. It's not like that. You have a son and he heard. That's why I use the word prodigal son. We'll still come back. Now he come back, sir, is a plus for us. Yes. I'm sure he will come back. You understand? Because right now it's where they can't move for them. They can't move further now. You know why? Do you know why? They can't move further. They don't have the capacity. Kwankwaso is gone. Governor is gone. Those with capacity have gone. What can they do? Do they have the capacity to invite the executives of the party from the states, put them in a hotel, pay their transport? They can't do it. They cannot. That's why I say, if I'm not in NNPP, you will be the past. It's a serious matter. So it's all about making sacrifice. If not for any other, I can tell you I'm fulfilled. Whatever INEC is doing now does not mean anything to me. I'm happy that Kwankwaso that betrayed my trust, that I had to take him out of the party. And it's clear now that he's in another party. Is it? Do you understand? So it's a game that is over. I wonder I've defeated them. That's their evil thought. I've overrun it. Let them know that you don't do some of these things to everybody. That's true. There's no matter anymore. Is it Olayoko or Bala, the one you're talking? Who? No, or is it Prince Onweze? Who? I hope they will be in court tomorrow. You understand? But you see the funny aspect of it is that why must Debola Yoku, Prince Onweze, Bala left behind, while others follow them to NDC? Why do you allow yourself to be treated as a slave?
Use and dumb.
When you know it is wrong. What they are doing is wrong. So I feel happy, I feel fulfilled. Particularly somebody like Buba Galadima. who gave the example of, who is this man that founded the Abuga? Okorie. Somebody Okorie. I remember Boba Galadima told me, what am I saying? After all, where is Okorie in Abuga? Then I told him I'm not Okorie. Cases can be similar, but they are not the same.
Yes.
And I'm happy now that I'm not Okorie. The Boba Galadima has run away. One was run away. You understand? Because you cannot cultivate where you did not. You can't live where you didn't cultivate. How can somebody, let's say I'm driving on the road, I see you, and decided to offer you help, to give you a ride. On getting to your destination, you now ask me to get down, you take my car. That's exactly what these people are doing. These are people that came to me and they needed my assistance at their need. I said, okay, go ahead. I even gave them money and blessed them. I wish them well. And only for them to turn around to convert the party to their private entity. For instance, the Kwankwasi Camp, look at the logo. That logo is the logo of Kwankwaso, I was told, a private school in Abuja. And remove the original logo of basket of fruits without my consent, and the certificate is in my house. What? And the Kwankwaso is not even afraid. It's my younger brother. I think he's about 69 years. I'm going to 73 years. He's not even afraid or respect me as my younger brother. And whatever anybody thinks he is, you're a former minister of defense, this and that, and so what? I am the founder of NAGAFF. I am the founder of the Nigeria People's Party. You know what's founder? Even if we do not contest election in 2027, we are not conceding. I am happy, I'm fulfilled that Kwankwaso and his group have left the party. That's it. That's the last thing I'll say.